Shalom and shalom. Before I begin, I want to start off by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations unto the elect. Today's lesson is going to be on the role of a wife. Alright. I did the role of a husband the other day, but now it is, you know, now it's time to dive into the roles of a woman. So just like a man, a woman has her own roles, her separate roles, and one of those roles is to be a helpmate to your husband, all right? Because your husband is supposed to be providing everything for you, so the least you can do is, what I'm saying, you know, cook, clean, stay at the house, be a stay-at-home mom, take care of the kids, while your husband goes out there, pay the bills, bring the food in and protect, So this is First Peter 3:1. Likewise, you wives, be in subjection to your own husband, that if any obey not the word, they that may without the word be warned by the conversations of the wives. So I want you to focus on the be subjected to your own husbands. Alright? So each wife or each woman is gonna have their own husband, you know, and so you have to treat them with respect, you know. Try not to be a headache in his life because there's already a lot a man has to stress about. The last thing a man wants to do is go home and argue with the woman. That's the last thing they want to do. You know. Colossians 3:18. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as it is fit in the Lord. You know. So submit yourselves to your husbands. If your husband's asked for a cold drink, get him a cold drink. Oh, you have leg on, get your ass up and get. Just don't be a headache in his life. Get him his drink. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. But this Western society is destroying the marriage of what marriages are. That's why there's a lot of divorces here. Because marriages don't work out because wives aren't doing their role and expect men to go do their fucking roles too. How are you expecting a man to do his job and your job also? But you expect him to do wipe your ass next too? Like they just it's a fit, you know. Submit yourselves to your husband. It's not that hard. You don't have to do much. Just cook clean. You know, make his life less fucked up. Really when you have a true woman, she'll be more than happy to do so. You fucking rub your feet after a long day of work. You know, doing just the small things. You know, this is First Peter 3:1. Oh, it's lucky I already read that one. Ephesians 5:22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. So, a lot of people are always like, oh, I love the Lord, I love the Lord, I love my Savior. Well, right here it says, submit yourselves unto your husband as if the husband was the Lord to you. You have to treat your husband like if he was your Lord. Because he is your Lord. He's protecting you, he's providing you with stuff. Treat that man with some type of respect. The last thing a man wants to do is argue with his woman about some shit. Some childish shit, too. You know. It's not hard. You know. So just, pretty much the woman was created for the man. All right, Adam was married first. Adam saw that, Slack, the Lord saw that Adam needed a helpmeet, so he made Eve. All right, and Eve was the first to sin. Eve took that apple, which is really Esau's whole mindset, so his whole thinking, and that's why women are the way they are right now, or at least for the most part. Of course, there's some exceptions, but for the most part, women are just, they're for the most part they're wicked. Say how it is. Women don't like to do their part. Most women, and to those exceptions, call it al shy, but there's not a lot of exceptions out there. You see the occasional clip of a woman, of a woman talking sense to another woman. But for the most part, a lot of women, they they don't want to start families. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. They don't even want to have a future with a man. They want to be fucking passed around like a damn fucking hood rat. How does that make you feel any better? You know, be a wife. A wife would, it's much better to just be at home, not having to worry about much. Just make sure the food is fucking cooked. Make sure the house is clean. Make sure the kids are behaving. You know, and that's the role of and really, when the man is in the house, the man controls um Slovakia, not control, discipline the kids. You know, well, I guess in a sense it does control them, but you know, um, the man is pretty much the one who disciplines the kids because you know we all see what happens when there's just a woman. You know, because women don't have that same authority that a man does. A woman doesn't have that same fear that can strike fear in a child the way a man does. And people always say, your child shouldn't fear you. Oh, well, really? Well, of course you love your child, but if your child is fucking keep on doing some bad shit, you're gonna punish him. Just like you were afraid of getting hit by your dad. That's how you should be. That doesn't mean you're gonna fucking always hit your kid. Doesn't mean you're always gonna hit your fucking, That just means you discipline them. And every kid needs discipline. Kids are how are they gonna ever learn if you don't discipline them? But yeah, that's the job of the husband. But the job of a woman would be to just, provide for the children, take care of the children, you know, when that's why, you know, when birth, the woman, has to breastfeeding, you know, feeds the child, cleans the child, you know. First Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahushai, and the head of every woman is the man, and the head of Yahushai is Yahweh. So I'm gonna leave it off there, just so you know that, you know, just being your place in your marriage will be fine. Your marriage will be working perfectly, and just not having pride. It's that pride, you know. So just do your role as a woman, you know. Make sure your husband is happy. Make sure your husband is doing good. Make sure your husband gets home, and is happy to see you. If your husband gets home and he's like, "Ah, this bitch again," like you're not doing your job right. But if your husband is like, "Oh, I finally get to see my lady today," she's gonna take care of me. She'll make it good. Fatten your man's bones, man. But with that, I'm gonna say shalom.